Previously on TOG's Elite Dangerous Adventures, Rise of the Ancient Evil Scary Thingy. Whilst TOG, Mrs. TOG and Cecil prepared to have a lovely dinner, which included the drinking of much wine, a spacecraft fell to Earth. Within, Smurphy, a space puppy, sent by the first humans to find a hero to save the galaxy. That hero, TOG, or so it seems. Disclaimer: this production is a poor attempt at humor. It has terrible videography, bad acting, but a hilarious storyline. Well, TOG thinks so. It is based on the older gamers' streaming antics in the fantastic game Elite Dangerous, and some characters are inspired by HCS Voice Packs characters. There may or may not be guest appearances by some of the better Elite Dangerous streamers and other characters that have turned up in the older gamers' stream chat. Yes, I'm looking at you, soggy saddlebags.
TOG, Mrs. TOG, and Cecil stumbled back toward the house. The little intergalactic traveller happily trotted about behind them, stopping and sniffing the odd tuft of grass and leaving evidence of his passing on fence posts, tree stumps, and previously marked locations. Mrs. TOG, still fuming, stomped ahead.
I swear, I go one evening without watching you two like a hawk, and now we've adopted a space dog. Lord, give me strength.
Cecil gasped dramatically.
Mrs. TOG, you take that back. Smurphy is not just a space dog, he's a celestial wonder, a gift from the universe, a fluffy little ambassador of the stars. He has come here to change the world. He is a marvel of nature, and we should worship the little beggar.
Mrs. TOG spun on her heel, jabbing a finger at him.
He is a mutt, Cecil. A scruffy, floppy-eared mutt who just happened to fall out of the sky and land in our laps.
Exactly.
Cecil beamed.
What are the odds, eh? A miracle.
He picked up Smurphy and held him aloft like he was reenacting the Lion King.
Look at this face. This is the face of destiny, the face of mighty deeds of galactic proportions. We should be honored at his coming.
Smurphy sneezed. TOG, bringing up the rear, shook his head.
Cecil, mate, you're drunk. I think you may be overplaying or overstating this situation. Put the poor pup down and let's get into the house and find out what the hell is going on.
Cecil gasped again, clutching his chest.
How dare you? I am perfectly...
He swayed.
Reasonably.
He stumbled as he placed Smurphy back on the ground.
Intoxicated.
Mrs. TOG sighed, rubbing her temples.
I swear, one of these days I am going to do something I regret, Cecil. Your days are numbered, you useless old bum nugget.
They all shuffled into the kitchen, Mrs. TOG immediately pouring herself a very generous glass of wine. TOG followed suit, and Cecil proceeded to take possession of the wine, putting it down in front of him. Smurphy sat down at the side of them, looking at them all in turn, his little ears twitching. Then, with a tiny harumph, he cleared his throat. In quite a formal and regal voice, Smurphy started,
I have traveled across universes to find you.
The room fell silent. Cecil blinked. Then he leaned down, squinting at Smurphy.
TOG. The dog is talking again. Quiet, everyone. This sound ominous.
TOG nodded slowly.
Yep. This is indeed happening, Cecil. Here we go. This is it. This is what he came here for. The big reveal.
Mrs. TOG, mid-sip, lowered her glass.
I finally lost my bloody mind. A talking space dog about to announce the fate of the world is...
Smurphy lifted his little chin, his voice steady and regal.
I am Smurphy, sent by the first humans who have been lost in time and history. I have crossed galaxies, passed through black holes, and navigated time itself to find the one hero, the one of whom the scriptures are written. Within these scriptures, it is foretold that this hero will be set on a course to prevent the destruction of mankind.
TOG scratched his chin.
Right. Scriptures, predictions, prophecies. So, Smurfy, who is this hero then? Cecil suggested it was me. It can't be me. Ask Mrs. Tog. I'm useless.
Smurfy stared directly into Tog's eyes.
You, Tog. You are the chosen one. I was sent here, given exact coordinates. I was told I would find a hero, one who has traveled the galaxy, understands the nature of the universe, is brave, strong, and adventurous.
Cecil burst into applause.
I knew it! I knew you were special, Tog. That's why we are friends. You were destined to be a superhero, and I, Cecil, am your faithful sidekick.
Tog paled.
Hold on. What do you mean me? I'm not a hero. I can barely remember where I put my socks. Yes, I have travelled the galaxy. I was a courier. I would deliver parcels that could not be sent, let's say, officially. But strong, brave, that was many years ago.
Smurfy stood, dramatic and commanding.
Tog, there is a great evil awakening. It stirs beneath unseen, forgotten by this world. It has been kept in slumber for millennia, hidden. But recent happenings have poked the beast. Something has triggered it, a forgotten memory revealed in its ancient mind. The first humans, the ancestors of all civilizations, knew this day would come. And so, they sent me to find the one person capable of standing against the darkness.
Mrs. Tog raised an eyebrow.
And they picked him?
Smurfy nodded solemnly. Mrs. Tog scoffed.
We are doomed.
Cecil was nearly vibrating with excitement.
This is brilliant. Tog, old boy, you're gonna be a legend. Saving the galaxy, fighting evil. Imagine the statues they'll build of you. Imagine the songs they will sing about you and about me. They will name wine after me.
Tog sat heavily in his chair, staring at Smurfy.
But I'm just an old man. I can't even cook dinner properly without burning something.
Smurfy's big eyes locked onto him.
And yet, the first humans have chosen you. They have foreseen this moment. Your destiny is written in the stars. There is a way to confirm the truth of this. There is a key. If you have the key, then the prophecy is set and the future sealed. Tell me, what does the word Twazak mean to you?
All three of them jumped in startlement.
What did you say?
Tog asked.
Twazak,
Repeated Smurfy.
that means something to you, doesn't it?
Oh my days. You can't bloody write this. I have to be dreaming. Surely this isn't real. I am going to wake up any second and realise this is just a flipping joke.
Exclaimed Mrs. Tog. Cecil poured himself a glass of wine, sloshing half of it on the table.
You know what? I always said there was something special about you, Tog. Always knew you were more than just an old git who forgets where he put his trousers.
Mrs. Tog huffed.
Oh, please. This is the same man who once spent an hour looking for his glasses while they were on his head.
Cecil wagged a finger.
Maybe he was accessing his third eye. Mystical stuff.
Tog groaned.
I am too old for this nonsense.
Smurfy moved to stand before Tog.
You are not too old. You are exactly what the galaxy needs. You are the last hope against the great evil, Tog. Now tell me, what does Twazak mean to you? It is the key. You must reveal the key.
A deep silence settled over the room. Then Cecil clapped his hands.
Well, no pressure, old chap. Just, the entire universe counting on you, a great ancient evil beast, and you are going to have to defeat it. What could be worse? Go on, tell him. This is fantastic. You have to love this. Go on.
Tog buried his face in his hands.
Mrs., you are completely right. You can't write this bollocks. Chuff in hell. What in the hells is going on? Honestly, I can't speak. I'm totally and utterly gobsmacked. Please, Mrs., pour me another wine.
Mrs. Tog sighed, shaking her head.
Oh no, you don't. If the galaxy wants you to save it, You're gonna need to be sober.
Cecil downed his glass.
Lucky for you, Tog, I'll do the drinking for you.
Tog looked to Smurfy.
Smurfy. Yes. There is a Twazak, but it would be easier to show you. It's in the hangar outside. Follow me. I will show you.
They left the house, the two of them. Seems like Tog is the one. He is the hero Smurfy came to find. Twazek, the key to it all. Once the key is revealed, there is no going back. Tog and company will be forever entwined with the future and existence of the Milky Way. Oh dear.